Welcome to In and Nick Girls, the #1 beauty podcast according to our mum, hosted by makeup artist sisters Indiana Naughty Martin and Imogen Thomas. We live on opposite sides of the world and we're here to chat all things makeup, beauty and everything in between.
Hi, Immi.
Hey, sister.
I was watching you read that like such a proud mum. Like,
Good
job.
I was reading it. I know I can do it off the top of my head, but I just like, you know what? Sometimes it just makes you feel more comfortable when you've got it in front of your face.
So true. Can you start us off this week with your random rec?
I can definitely do that. Diving right in.
We'll catch up later.
Okay. My random rec this week is the Sally Hepworth books. As a Melbourne girlie, you've read some, haven't you, Indy?
I haven't, but they've been on my list for years. The thing that puts me off is sometimes they're scary.
Oh, what?
Yeah, there's some, well, my version of scary. There's some that are like maybe a bit more eerie, but I'm willing to push past it because I love the sounds of all of them. I just have never read any. What are you reading?
Wait, I love that. I love that they're eerie. Give me more. I'm reading The Neighbor Next Door, something along those lines. I forgot. I literally just started it yesterday on the train, and I'm trying to challenge myself to read 10 pages a day because I'm not a reader, and I've read my first 10 pages and I'm hooked. And I love it as a Melbourne Bayside girlie because her books are located in Sandringham. I don't know if all of them are, but this one that I'm currently reading, it is. And she's like, I'm walking along the beach in Sandringham, and then she's going to like this specific cafe, and I'm like, wait, I can picture this so well in my head, and I'm such a visual learner, so I love this.
Oh, I want to read that. You'll have to finish it before I get there.
Yeah, that'll be a good book to read if you're ever missing home, and then you can just really take your mind there.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been really loving that. I'm only 10 pages in, guys. I'll have to update you when I'm a bit further in. But Sally Hepworth, I always was like, it's a mum age book because my mum would read it. And I was like, oh, probably boring. But I think I prefer that age range of books anyway. Like, I love hearing about mum stories and like life as a woman and just like all of that stuff. I love hearing about it. I'm just like, oh.
Teach me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to lie, I'm really distracted by how good you look. What's
oh my
going on with your skin?
Guys, I did a face mask last night. I filmed a podcast last night just as a backup one. And yeah, just a solo one. No.
Sorry, I thought you were on someone. I was like, oh my God, you are booked and busy.
No. And I put a face mask on and I was sitting in bed and I was like, things are on my terms now. I am in bed with a face mask on and did a whole podcast. And the video actually didn't turn out well. And I decided I wanted to talk with you about the things I talked about last night. So I don't think we're going to release it, but we'll keep it there for backup. But yeah, I then fell asleep with the face mask on, and it's the one I always rave about.
Biodance?
I've forgotten the name of it. Biodance.
Yeah, those
I always get confused with the one you say. Yeah, exactly. I woke up in the middle of the night, it's like dry and on my face. I was like, get it off. But then, my skin's now glowing from it. I'm telling you, they work so well.
So good.
All I have is Hotel Beauty on.
Wow. Yeah, you are glowing. I'm bringing one of those masks over so I can do one immediately post-flight.
Perfect. We can do one and watch Love Island Celeb.
Oh, gosh, yes.
I love already thinking about lying horizontal with you.
Me too, my favorite. Can't wait. We can just get
what are your
snacks?
Oh my God, get me a glass of water ASAP. Indy, like from our childhood, would always be like, she'd be lying on the couch and be like, can you get me a glass of water? And you'd be like, no. She'd be like, fine, I remember that. Gaslight girl boss.
And don't think I've forgotten.
No, she doesn't to this day.
No, Tyler, I've passed the torch over to Tyler.
Yeah, but like, Tyler, you can do that now.
He'll be happy to have a break when we get there.
Good.
Okay, my random rec is a snack. I don't know if you can get it there. And I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but True Fruit, TRUFRU. They're freeze-dried raspberries coated in chocolate.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you can.
So I had a special delivery on my birthday last week as a little care package of snacks from a very good friend of mine, friend of the pod. And she had ice cream and snacks delivered, but the True Fruit were so good. And you feel like kind of healthy eating them, even though they're probably not healthy, but like they just satisfy like the sweet craving, but also they're kind of refreshing.
That is like Paul's dream right there. Dad's dream. Sorry. I always refer to him as well. It's my dad.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I'm
good random
rec.
rec.
Again. Thank you.
Dad's been really into cyclones at the moment. And
the icy balls.
Yeah, the cyclone ice balls. And he's like, I just love a refreshment. You know what Dad's like with these refreshing. He loves like, he always gets, I always feel like something fresh. He's been onto the cyclones. 100%, yeah. Something to refresh the palate, he likes to say. So we'll have to try True Fur.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get it there. I'm pretty sure I've seen the brand before, but now I'm getting confused where I've seen it. So you can't trust me. Okay, and what is your beauty rec?
Okay, my beauty rec is the new MAC Cosmetics skincare range. They have just come out with like a gentle jelly cleanser, a micellar water, some makeup wipes, and I'm actually going to dive deeper about their branding on this new collection on our TikTok and Instagram. So we're going to see what I have to say about that. But I am loving their micellar water. I always find micellar water just that bit tricky. I know you love the Bio one.
Bioderma, yeah.
Bioderma, which I still am yet to try. But you know how much I love MAC, and their products just are made for makeup artists. And yeah, I'm really loving their micellar water. I think it just takes it off. It saves 10 million years when you're taking someone's makeup off. Or like when they've come in with makeup on and you're like, okay, that's an extra step. Yeah, it's really good. Breaks down makeup really well. That's my rec.
Oh, love that. I can't wait to see you breaking down the branding. That's exciting. I haven't seen any of this new range, so
yeah,
I'll be watching.
It's kept quiet. Defs.
Okay, my beauty rec is nothing groundbreaking, but it is the Rhode Lip Peptide in the flavor shade Lemon Teeny. So the yellow one.
Scent?
Yeah, well.
Scent, flavor. Are you eating it?
Well, probably. But I know Rhode is launching in Australia very soon.
And this Friday, actually.
Oh, it'll already be out there by the time this episode's out. That's good timing. I just wanted to tell you they are worth the hype. And it's basically, I'm wearing it right now. It basically wears like a balm that looks like a gloss. So it's basically perfect.
I love that. I love when, because then the stickiness isn't too much, but they're also nourishing your lips at the same time.
Yeah, very nourishing.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to get onto that. I was wondering if it was everyone's in love with Hailey, not like Rhode.
Yeah, the actual, like, if it's like effective, I know, but definitely worth the hype.
I'm finding that a lot right now. Like, it's hard in uni, especially Indi. You would understand anyone else out there who's done our degree. But when they're like, who are the competitors? And I'm finding it hard now to be like, your typical like price range, products, what you normally would just like think off the top of your head. But I'm finding a lot of competitors, or like, I don't know if you'll call them competitors, but like alliances that kind of shop all at the same kind of shops are more like, especially, okay, how this needs to come out better than I'm saying it. We're getting there, guys.
But yeah.
So, for example, we're working on Supre right now, and their demographic, I would say sweet spot would be like 14 years old, that also shop at places like All for Mimi, Sunny Day, Jazz Handmade. All those brands have one thing in common, and they're all owned by influencers and like TikTok stars, Aussie TikTok stars. And I'm finding that that's kind of like their lifestyle. That's what they're into. And I find that interesting that it's like the brands that are owned by influencers are doing better than brands that are like massive, or not doing better technically, but like are getting attraction a lot quicker.
And having more, a cultural impact. I know, oh my God, we could do a whole episode on this, but I was reading about this in the sense of beauty, because it was about Drunk Elephant trying to rebrand and like get rid of the like teen, like Sephora teen effect that they had. And they were basically saying that Gen Alpha and Gen Z, like later Gen Z, they're very like, there's no brand loyalty. Like it's all just about like the product in the moment. So whereas like millennial Gen X, we like a brand, we build that trust, and then we like are repeat purchasers. So they basically, Drunk Elephant saw like a boom because they had all these like younger kids buying their product. But then as soon as it stopped being cool, it just dropped off. So then they're left without like a key core demographic because they stopped appealing to the true core demographic. So it's kind of similar to that in that, yes, like influencer brands are doing well now. It's just a struggle because they're going to have to maintain their relevancy and grow with this customer group, because how do you keep that customer when they're so non-brand loyal?
Yeah, interesting. I do really like that take. And it's true. It is so true. Like the next best thing comes out. It's like, remember when you worked at Mecca years and years ago? You old thing.
And I'm like, it wasn't that long ago.
years and years and years and years and years and years. You brought home a Drunk Elephant sample. I was 2019. And Drunk Elephant was just Drunk Elephant. And it was so good. It had it was still so good. It has no nasties in it. And it is a really nice product. It's on the higher end of pricing as well.
Yeah.
And then, it's just like this influx. Like it was still a thing back then, but people didn't even know about it. Like the packaging was the same. Everything about it was the same. It was just like they didn't have as much attraction because that generation like grew up. And now what? They're just going to peace out again. That's why fast fashion brands do so well.
Like, you wouldn't have known about it back then either because you weren't their target market, because they also, it's a higher price point and their ingredients are so active. Like it's not appropriate for younger skin, most of their product range. So it wouldn't have been familiar to you because like you shouldn't have known about it basically. So yeah, that's what their like big like challenge is right now, is finding their way back to who they once were, and also in a much more competitive landscape too, because the amount of brands that have come out since then is just like crazy.
Yeah. And then they're finding that age group are not trendy. They're not keeping up with the latest trends. They're waiting for it to come down into mainstream, and then they're jumping on trends. So they don't know, like, you know, especially in fashion, because a lot of fast fashion brands are ripping off like small brands now because of like like the influence it has on social media. And that's what they're finding, that kind of age range isn't at the peak of like at the start of where that trend starts. It's kind of on the bell curve, like kind of halfway through of when it gets down to mainstream, and then they jump on those trends. So
they're not the early adopters.
No, exactly. So yeah, things are rotating fast, and it's hard to keep up.
It's super hard to keep up when things take so long to produce it, when it's a high quality product.
Oh, 100%.
That actually is kind of a bit of a segue into an episode we're going to work on once I'm over there. We're going to do an episode and break down all of the beauty retailers in Australia, because I myself am getting lost in the sauce. Like there's so much going on, and I can't fully work out what like the difference is between them all. So I'm really excited to go look and see like, okay, this is like the unique positioning of each of these places. And this is what you would go there for versus there. And are they all offering something unique? Or, yeah, how do you choose where you end up spending your money? Does it come down to like the loyalty program, price point, obviously a huge factor, and then just the brands and products themselves. So I'm really excited to work on that episode.
Love. We could talk about branding forever. So that would be a great episode. And I love how Mum would be great to get on with that episode.
Yeah, she would love it.
Yeah, that would be a deadly trio right there.
Triple threat.
Triple threat, branding triple threat.
Okay, well, we have some exciting news for the Canadian beauty girlies. MCo has just launched in Walmart over here. So MCo is an Australian beauty brand that now are known for their kind of dupe culture. They're definitely like a drugstore brand, and yeah, they have some really, really great products at very affordable price points. We actually did a whole episode on this right when we first launched the pod. We had my sister Nellie on because she is a drugstore girly and has tried lots of products, and a lot of her favorites are at MCo. So go back and listen to that if you want a full deep dive on those products. But I thought we could share some of our favorite MCo products in case this is brand new information to some Canadian girls that want to try the brand.
I love how you're like, enough about Australia brands. Let's talk about an Australian brand that's coming to Canada.
Well, it's at least relevant to Canadian. Yeah. We can now buy it, which I think you actually could buy it before, but I'm guessing you would have had to pay duties and shipping and all that. So this is much easier just from Walmart.
Do you know what we need? We need like one of those sound pads. And when you're like, MCo is now in Walmart, we need like a cheer one, like, hooray! That's what was going on in my head. Yeah, like.
It's just you at the mic. Okay,
I'm doing all the ad-libs.
What are your favorite MCo products?
I have 3 favorites that I love from MCo. I am definitely more into my drugstore side, especially for my kit when I need a refresh, because they're just as good. A lot of products like lip liners and then like mascaras and stuff I find are really good for drugstores. So my top 3 products from MCo, so any Canadian listeners out there, if you need some recommendations or want to try MCo, would be the Extend Lash Mascara. It is a tubing formula. Love it. It lasts a long time. It's super, like I love a liquidy mascara. Liquidy, like it just,
like wet.
I can't even explain. Like wet, yeah, it's giving wet lash look. But it holds the lashes really nicely and also doesn't like transfer on the skin at all. And comes off super easy. I hate scrubbing my eyes, like really scrubbing my eyes, because the skin around our eyes is so thin that like I just hate having to scrub around that area. I feel like it's like tearing my skin apart. I hate it. So if you like something more gentle, that Extend Lash is good. And the brow lamination, like they have a range of brow gels. Try each of them because I find that some work better for other people.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I quite like the pink one. And it's giving Refi dupe, I think. But with the brush and like the packaging of it, I really like it. It's really nice. The brush is really nice on the end. It has like a dual brush and it holds really well. And then the Hydro Grip as well dupe.
Which is a primer.
It's a primer. It's like a sticky primer for the skin. It's duped from e.l.f.
Milk.
Why did I think e.l.f.? E.l.f. is like kind of another duping brand.
They have their own dupe. I was actually thinking about this before. MCo is a little bit like quite similar to e.l.f. in
Yeah,
their
definitely.
positioning. I feel like MCo are a bit more shameless about their duping. Like the packaging is identical. Elf usually tries to kind of make it like their own thing. But the products themselves are very similar, whereas MCo, the packaging is usually identical.
Yeah. Which we love because it doesn't make anyone confused. But yeah, those are my top three.
Yeah, I haven't honestly tried that much MCo. I feel like they had a big rebrand launch right when I left, but I know that Nell loves it and I see obviously heaps of people using it. And I'm lucky enough that, yeah, having worked at Mecca and then you working at Mecca, when it all comes out in the wash, high-end products end up being like a very similar price point for me to Mecca. Yeah, I'm excited to get it here because I'm the same. I love drugstore mascaras for my kid. And I truly think the Extend Lash, it's not a dupe, it's just a really, really great product. And then I will say when it comes to dupes, just because it is the same packaging doesn't mean the product quality is going to be the exact same. Just to, yeah, you and I have like our opinions on dupe culture, but I think, in this economy and also just living where I live, it's not the easiest to get your hands on products in general. So it's nice to be able to find a product that's at this price point that you can try. And the quality is really good. For the most part, they're quite good dupes.
Yeah, I've only heard a lot of good things. There's like one-off products that are a little bit like not worth it or don't compare to the original, I should say. But yeah, for majority of it, I hear that their products are unreal.
Yeah, and I know that the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter Primer, that's one that's loved by like everyone. Well, the dupe of that. I don't even know what they call
definitely.
it. But you can instantly recognize which one it is. So yeah, that's
how exciting.
I know we don't actually have it in store here, but I'm hoping maybe one day we will. So it's still online for now, but we'll see how it goes.
Good.
So we're going back to our roots and we actually have a listener makeup dilemma. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it. I can't wait to hear.
Okay, Immi, shall you read this makeup dilemma?
Okay. Hi, girls. I have a makeup dilemma for you. I know you love cream products for your base, and I just personally love powders. Is there a way I can achieve the same glowy/healthy look with powders? For context, I have oily skin and struggle to keep my makeup lasting all day. I do use a full cover cream foundation. I'm assuming that means full coverage cream foundation and concealer, but powder everywhere else. Thanks for your help. Oh, I love this one.
Me too. First of all, yes. The answer is yes. You can achieve that look with powders. And yeah, the reason I know this is because for the longest time that I only used powders and then switched to creams probably 2019, 2020. What about
I love
you?
a powder.
Yeah.
I love them. I truly do. I think that they both have their perks. I think for someone who doesn't have the time to do their makeup, a lot of mums as well, like with little ones, and they just want something on the go, I think powders are a great option to just top up your skin. They don't have to be super refine them or like specific or what's that? What word am I looking for? Like
forgiving.
Yeah, they're quite forgiving. And I think they look seamless on the skin. So I think they're great for saving time. And if creams aren't something you really want to get into, or you feel like you're not going to have enough time for creams, or you feel like it's not your way to go and you want to stick with powders, then there's nothing wrong with powders. I think they're great.
Yeah, I agree. My favorite, like when I'm doing makeup, is always a combo, doing cream and powder.
Always setting with the powder.
Yeah, always. For me, day to day, I'm usually just cream. I see, and I find creams more forgiving, yet less work because you're not doing so much blending with powders.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so if you're using a liquid foundation, then so for bronzer, what are your favorite bronzers that are still going to give you that like healthy looking like your skin bronzers?
My favorite, because it has a little bit of like an luminance to it, which isn't like a full shimmer, but MAC Give Me Sun is just a very nice neutral color. It's not like super warm where it's going to like leave like a muddy streak on your face, but it is just like that touch of Sunkiss.
I'm definitely grabbing one of those for my kit. That is one of the OGs. It's my favorite, probably my first favorite bronzer. I will say, so I think when you're buying powders and you're trying to achieve this look, you want to look for words like baked, luminous, and
Sun.
light reflecting. Sun.
Sun kiss.
Mac, give me sun.
Sun.
So I think top tier has to be Hourglass.
Yeah.
Their formulas and their like the way it's baked. That I honestly have never tried anything that can even really compare.
Still.
They're just so good. I'm just thinking they are pricey. So my recommendation would be that applies for both bronzer and blush. I would almost wait for a Christmas palette. I know we're 12 months away from that. But I think that if you're nervous about spending that, because it is an investment, especially like these days, maybe wait for a palette because you usually get a bronzer, a blush, and finishing powder in there. That's a really great, and they last you forever. It's a really great way to test them out. Or you could ask for it as a present as well.
Indy's favourite way of getting things.
So yeah, I would say 100% worth it for Hourglass. And then, yes, I was hoping you were going to say Matte Give Me Sun because, yeah, there is something like luminous in there. They're mineralized. They call it the mineralized skin finish range.
Yeah.
And then baked, that also applies to some drugstore products I've seen sort of recently. I haven't tried these, so I'm not going to vouch for them, but the Milani baked bronzers and blush, they look really pretty. They most likely give you something similar to the Hourglass. And then from looks, the CoverGirl bronzer and blush, I think it's called Skin something. They look like they're going to give you the same because they have that same like marbled finish that an Hourglass product does. But our girl, friend of the pod, Kelsey Bain, did a review and she was really not impressed with them. So that's why it's tough when you're trying dupes because, yeah, they look the same, but they're not always the same quality. But yeah, something like that. And then what about blushes? What are your favorite like luminous, healthy looking powdered blushes?
RMS, have my heart. I use their blushes constantly for a glowy kind of sun-kissed look. I think anything with a red or like a burgundy red looks super intimidating, but gives that like sun-kissed, just been kissed by the sun look.
Yes, well, red is super, like a bright red blush is kind of intimidating, but last year I remember it was like viral that's the color blush they use on Victoria's Secret Angels. So it transfers when it's actually on the skin. It reads just like a healthy glow, not like red.
Do you have any recommendations?
Well, I was just going to ask you what you think about the Kosas baked blushes.
Haven't tried.
Oh, you haven't tried them?
I do have one in my kit, but I always seem
I've
to
never used it.
I've never used it. I literally have never used it, but I got it.
That's insane.
Well, gratefully,
I'll
I got
have
it
it.
given to me, and like, yeah, you can take it. I
You're
I
like,
have like a
"Yeah."
million powder blushes in my kit. I'm like, take it, take it, take it. But I use RMS religiously, and again, I have the Hourglass palette, and I tend to use those blushes in that palette a fair bit.
Yeah. I don't have any other, like Hourglass are just definitely where it's at.
With powders, they just absolutely have killed it with their light reflecting particles. Even their setting powders is like, I could use that for getting rid of any harsh lines. It doesn't like disrupt anything that's underneath it, but softly like pats out any like harsh edges.
It just blurs it perfectly.
Plus, yeah, and then it sets the skin without taking away the glow. I'm like, what? What
I
is
know,
this
it's
magic?
a perfect product. I was just going to say, so if you're wanting to get that look, but you're not wanting, if you have oily skin, I feel like you probably aren't looking for a highlighter. So I don't think I'd even suggest a highlighter to this listener. Would you agree?
I do agree. And I would also recommend a product if you do want to just not really, like if you have your powder products that you are currently loving and you've got your foundations and you've got powders, bronzers or whatever that you already use, I think a really good investment to help set your skin and help with oil control would be a primer and a setting spray. I think the primer is going to help with oil control initially to prevent it from interfering with your makeup. And I think a setting spray is going to help melt all your powders together. So you're still kind of getting that skin-like healthy glow finish, but you're also setting it in for the day, and hopefully that primer and that setting spray are going to control the oil and also set the makeup for a long period of time. And I'll give you some recommendations so it's not super complicated. One size have a really nice matte primer that help with oil control. I have seen it, people rave about it on social media when they have oily skin. So I think trying something like that. And then Indi and I have always talked about, you can also go for the MAC matte primer as well. That's really good. I really like that one. I find it doesn't peel on the skin. A lot of matte primers can be a bit silicone-y. So I think finding one that is silicone free, or ask someone in the makeup store. But I would say MAC matte control and the one size oil control. And then two setting sprays I would recommend would be Fix Plus, just to help melt the powders. It probably will help it bring back to skin-like finish rather than longevity. And then the one size setting spray, which is a matte finish, I assume. There is a matte finish.
Yeah, I have that in my kit, the Until Dawn. That's really nice. That I would recommend, or the L'Oreal Infallible.
Yeah, Infallible. And also I've heard really good things about the Charlotte Tilbury new matte one. If you are wanting to invest in something, I've heard that is really good for oily skin and also helps with longevity too.
Oh, I haven't even seen that she's come up with that.
Yeah, it's been around for a little while now, and I have a couple of girlfriends that have oily skin as well, and they struggle a bit with their makeup lasting throughout nights, especially like going out and you get sweaty or whatever, and things are getting sweaty. That has been apparently a lifesaver.
Okay, great. We love that.
So yeah, quick fix if you don't want a
else?
whole new routine.
I think the other thing you could do is like use a lip gloss. That's going to give you that like healthy, natural kind of look. Even if the rest of your face isn't like glowy. And yeah.
Clean your skin with an oil cleanser as well. A good, test out a few, but I find that oil will counteract oil. Always use a secondary cleanser as well. Just like start with an oil cleanser and then use like a gel or something to really cleanse all the oil off the skin. But that oil will be super healing for your oily skin.
I love it. Okay,
just a little side tip.
If you guys have any other makeup dilemmas, please feel free to send them to us on Instagram or email us. We love this.
And send us a voice note. I would love to hear a voice note of you guys saying,
Me too.
Yeah, like I'd love to hear.
Saying, I'm going to tell you what to say.
Yeah. Just give me a whole script. But yeah, I'd love to. And then we can connect with you guys and we can hear your voices because you hear ours all the time.
Our beautiful, beautiful voices that we love.
Love
okay,
that.
should we get into in and outs?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Immi, I'm excited. We haven't had some ins and outs like in this way for a little while. So
I know.
Our first one is Aussie Girl Glam.
I love this. I saw your video and I was like, slay. And you got some cool comments on there and I was like, even more slay.
You got some cool comments.
What was her name? I forgot her name, but she commented and you were like, you owned oh no, that was your 2019. Hold on, I'm getting confused.
Different reel. She's
Different
talking
reel.
about Mia
Oh my
Connor,
God.
who I want to have on this pod. So Mia, if you're listening, come on the pod. No, Aussie Girl Glam. I saw this trend floating around and then I recreated it on my makeup page. Actually, I think it's on our podcast page as well. But I'm obsessed. I love this trend because it's literally what we were talking about last episode, how it's actually not a trend. It's just like looking your best self.
Yeah. The best version of you. Is that what Aussie girls are giving?
I think Aussie girls being removed, I think Aussie girls give like, I look like this and I didn't try.
Effortless would be the word.
In another word.
Like a better words.
So yeah, loving that. I think that's definitely in.
Period. Aussie girls on top. Just kidding. We love our Canadian girls. I'm Jewel, so. I'm Jewel, so, I'm on both teams.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, next in or out, drugstore makeup, which is funny because we've just spent quite a bit of time talking about that, but in or out?
In 100%. I spent so much time at Priceline the other week. I got a surprise bag with half the things I purchased in it.
Oh, no way.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to return that. Made $60 back. Thank you.
You were like, surprise.
I was like, surprise. Now a bit of more admin for my day-to-day. Cool. Just kidding. Always grateful for a free gift.
100%. I think drugstore makeup is huge right now. Huge. I think I'm tempted to, now that already talked about the episode we're going to do where we compare all the retailers, to save my thoughts for that. But I think drugstore brands are really upping their game. And I think people are way more price sensitive, and especially for products that go on your face. Once they're on your face, you can't tell what product it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this just reminds me, do you recall what era was this? Maybe like 2014, 2015. I could be getting this wrong, but everyone was all about their shelfies. So,
Shelfies?
Yeah, everyone was like all about like showing like what was in their like bathroom cabinet.
Oh my God, I think
really
I was too
aesthetic.
young.
Yeah, so it was very much like a perfect curation of like all like the cool brands.
Shelfies, I love that. That is so innovative.
Innovative.
Shelfie. Innovative.
So yeah, I feel like back in the day it was all about like, yeah, and then like the flat lays and like featuring these products. Whereas now,
where aesthetics was born.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was very aesthetic. Whereas now, like you really don't know what someone's using unless like they ask you.
Yeah.
Or see you putting it on.
Now it's more about the feel of the product and like how how it dispenses and all that stuff.
The sensory.
Mm.
Yeah. Beautiful. So yeah, I think drugstore makeup is very in at the moment.
Yeah, I agree 100%. My next in that I contributed would be a cool tone lip liner. I know we've talked about cool tone makeup making a bit of a comeback recently, but all my cool friends are using like cool tone, like grey purples as like their outline, and then more of like a real like beigey nude in the middle. It is giving, I don't know, it's just, with some complexions, I think it looks super cool, but I think it is just such a 180 to go from like brown lip and like neutral lip to like this cool tone kind of like, it's giving edgy and alternative almost, but also sophisticated. I've seen a lot of editorial looks with this kind of lip color as well.
I feel like I can't even really picture it.
Let me get one up for you.
I'm excited though, because I feel like you're onto something here. I also personally realized that I really do prefer a cool tone lip on me. And
this is
a cool tone blush.
This is definitely like more on the purple scale. That's like full purple, okay, but more like this sort of lip.
It's almost, you know what that reminds me of? It's like kind of like punk.
Punk. It's giving punk. This is Frankie Darling. I'm obsessed with her at the moment. She does a really cool editorial looks and she's making me want to get more into editorial. But I'm watching a vid right now. Hold on. Wait until she puts her lip on.
I love this. A live reaction.
Live reaction.
Yes. Okay, this is... That's a bit more...
Yeah.
I saw MAC re-release like a campaign about like concealer lips.
Mm-hmm. I love concealer lips. Always been a diehard concealer lip girl.
That's kind of reminding me of that era.
Yeah, 100%. It's giving like late 90s, maybe early 2000s.
100% early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Zoe in like a purple cool tone, grey brownie.
Okay, watch
with
this
concealer
space.
Lips. Watch this space seriously.
I don't know if it's going to be like a mainstream trend or if it's going to stay like alternative or like
yeah. Or it could trickle down to mainstream. Yeah. Who knows?
You're like,
we'll have to. It's only time will tell.
Right, and it's in.
Yeah. Or I'm right about everything.
Did you think about that? Okay, cool. I love that. Okay, Immi, what's your me time moment this week?
Me time moment this week, I've actually started 75 days. I'm not calling it soft, medium, or hard. I'm just calling it 75 days because I am doing my own rules, but it's more about like holding myself accountable for 75 days. And I am day 2. I did feel like it was an easy breeze yesterday doing it, but I know that sometimes like the first 2 weeks might feel like, I don't know, some people say the first 2 weeks feel the hardest. So if I'm like, I can start really simple and then build, like add things in if I want to, but it's kind of hard to like start really hard and then like break it down. So I'd rather start slow and then kind of add things as I go if I'm feeling not as challenged. But
I get that.
Been lumping that. It's really nice to be like, have a list of things and like have that kind of like mindset of like, oh my God, if I don't like finish this list of things, then I've like failed the challenge. So it really like holds you to it mentally.
Yeah, it's good to have, rather than just like, oh, I think I'm going to do this. It's like, no, I'm going to do this starting
Yeah.
this date. So is that what your 10 pages a day is?
Yes, that includes the 10 pages a day. So my rules are 2 liters of water a day, clean eat 3 meals a day, just like no processed foods and like no sugars. Or not no sugars because I have honey in my coffee, but just a little bit more aware of like bad bad things I'm putting in my body. So just like more whole foods and more I'm trying to get on top of my hormones and like understand my body a bit more. So
Oh, I love
clean
that.
eating 3 times a day. And then what have I said? 2 liters of water, clean eating, 10 pages of a book. Exercise for 45 to an hour a day. I'm like, love doing nothing. So that is already a challenge in itself. The hard is like 2 times a day, one outside. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to try and start with the one a day. And then any work for like Indi and Immi Girls podcast or my freelance work. I've picked up a little bit more for designing, and then just like anything that is my own work, do a bit a day, because I find that sometimes I let it pile up because I've got like a million side hobbies going on, and I find it hard to
You're a busy
like,
gal.
yeah, I find it hard to balance everything. So as long as I'm just like chipping away at different things each day of my own personal work, then I'm happy.
Oh, that's so good. I feel like I love having a list and something I can look back at as well.
100%. And I think it's 75 days and I'm done uni January, February, March, April. I'll be done uni. So it's good to just like have that lock in mindset while I'm just finishing my uni and being in that mindset, and then I'll be free.
Beautiful. I love it. You're inspiring me.
Well, Millie, our number one listener ever, has just started 75 hard, but she's a fitness gal at heart, and she also works in fitness, so it's a little bit like second nature. And when you're around, I feel like the industry, it's a little bit easier to be in that, like, it's like being around beauty. It's just naturally you just fall into that
You're just
world.
naturally like beautiful.
Yeah. Just like naturally the most goddess person ever. But she's killing it, and she inspired me. And it's so cute, Indy. Like she like films, she's got a little TikTok account. It's like 75 milli. And every day she's like, and then I listen to Internet Girls podcast, and I'm like, oh my God, she's so cute. Like always keeping up to date with us.
I need to follow her. Do we need to change our tagline to number one beauty podcast according to our mum and Millie?
And Millie, like literally Millie's our number one listener, I swear.
Aw, thank you. We appreciate you. Love the support.
And she's the cutest ever. Like she like listens to your random recs, and she goes and buys them, like the books, and she wants to listen about your books and everything. Like she's an active listener, and I love it.
Oh, beautiful. I'm just trying to think of my me time moment because, like I've said many times, they're very few in between. And like, have I already said this? So, Immi, this is a test to how good of a listener you've been. Something I've been doing that is funny because it's similar to yours in the sense that it's a list. But in the morning, what I've been doing is I've been writing out what I need to do for the day. But I write a list of what I need to do for the day while Nori's awake, and then what I need to do while she's asleep. And the stuff
I love that
I do while she's asleep is like for me. It's like stuff that I want to do. It's not like really super exciting, but it's like if I need to find something online, like that's what I'm doing, my like online shopping or researching flights or whatever. But it like gives me permission to not do.
Like, where are you going? Researching flights out of here.
Just, you know what I mean? But it gives me permission to not do like the chores stuff on the other list that I can do with
100%.
her while she's up. So yeah, that's been good because then it focuses me to be like, no, we're switching into a different mindset when she goes down.
Love that. It's giving morning routine, nighttime routine, but it's like baby asleep routine, baby awake routine.
Exactly.
Cute. Love it. Balance is key. I feel like you're smashing it.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I wouldn't say it's balanced. honest. But I'm really, really enjoying being a mum at the moment.
Good.
Well, I have for a little while now. She's just at a really, really, really fun age. I say that every time because every age like just gets better and better. But she's just so interactive.
Yeah. And then like that little bit older they get, the more like personality they get. And she's just such a cheeky bugger.
She is so cheeky. Oh, just love it. Okay, well, that is it for this week. So thank you so much to listening, Millie. Just kidding, to all of you. And please, if you have not followed us on whatever platform you're listening to us on, if it's Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, please subscribe or follow. That really, really helps us grow. And if you listen to our first episode of the year, you know that one of our goals this year is to grow and reach new listeners. So we'd really, really appreciate that. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Internet Girls Podcast. You can find me at Indiana Makeup Collective on Instagram and TikTok. And you can find Immi at Immi Thomas with a double S on Instagram. And what's your TikTok username?
IMMITHOMO. Immi Tomo. I don't know why it's that, but thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Mwah.
Bye, guys.